Hey guys, it's Elise, Salty Beans. I just thought while Jake's at work and I'm doing the rest of my hair dye, I would just share some things that's been going on, why we've been a little bit quiet at the moment, purely because my mental state's been a bit all over the shop. So yeah, I've just sent off 3 emails to my uni trying to still get this fucking bloody certificate. I tell you, it's proving impossible from them. So I've asked them to appeal and review. So yeah, so I was going and had planned to do a video on Friday for the full moon that was happening, because it was a lot about self-care and prioritizing oneself, a lot of letting go, all that sort of stuff. So I was hoping to do a video on that, but I had a very long therapy session, which nothing wrong with it. Therapy's good. Helps keep us sane. And it went for a few hours, good 2 hours. A lot was addressed and covered, and honestly, I just wasn't up for really anything after that, doing a video, so that's why there wasn't one done then. But in that full moon, should I say, because I started my hair dyeing process on that night. On the Thursday night, I trimmed my own hair, which I was very proud of myself. I actually didn't do terribly. And I'm picking my words carefully. A lot was addressed in my therapy, yes. A big chunk of it was I found out some stuff in Sydney that I have really needed to process. I'm glad I was told it. No, it's not my auntie having cancer or anything like that. She's already dealing with her cancers. It was some other things. And I had to process it, because not only did it bring up a lot from my past, it also validated all that stuff for me. It reminded me, just how bad things were, worse than what I actually thought, all that sort of stuff. And honestly, it hit quite hard. And I'm glad I'm being cautious with, people in my life, just about everyone, except for like Jake and maybe 2 other people. So yeah, and I had to heavily think, do I say anything? Do I not? Do I bring it up? Do I not? Is it worth it? Isn't it worth it? But I know exactly if I brought it up, how it would go. It would be a scripted thing, like always. It would be blame game. It would be all that fun shit that comes with that. And when we got back from Sydney, Jake and I had to go shopping to get some more washing detergent, laundry detergent and stuff, so I could do the washing from Sydney. And while there, Jake's like, you need to do self-care, get the hair dye. So here we are with the hair dye. So yeah, that full moon, I dyed my hair. I forgot to do my manifestations because I just washed my hair, dried it, went to bed. Like, I was just so numb. And because I have been, you know, reflecting a lot and doing a lot of, you know, what's worth my time in life, what do I want to do, with pretty much everything. One of those things I was reflecting and thinking about was the mentoring I've been doing. And I had to make a really, really, really hard decision, and I have walked away from it because of a lot of things, honestly. But I feel so bad. I'm someone that likes to stick things out for the term, and I feel bad that I've left the kids and all that sort of stuff. Like, it was not an easy decision in the slightest because I do really enjoy it. However, for the sake of my safety, my mental health, it's just not worth it. When someone turns around and threatens you that they're Odin and all this other stuff, after you feel a conflict was resolved from, you know, being disrespected, and really being slapped in the face, you know, I did a lot of digging because he's like, you know, I'm a druid, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm Odin. And I did some research because I'm pretty sure those two don't go hand in hand. You're welcome to Google it, it does not. But like I say to the kids, everyone's path is their own and different. So I didn't message again to bring it up or address it or anything like that because it's not worth it. So yeah, because a druid is the highest position you can get within Celtic sort of stuff, as they're like the highest priest, basically. So essentially you're already basically a god in that aspect. I don't know why he needs to add a Norse god, because North and Celtic do not go hand in hand. But yeah, but anyway, you know, he's always saying he's not our boss and we're all equals. But if we're equals, you don't turn around and say you're Odin and all this other stuff and trying to implement fear. The conflict did have a lot of him trying to gaslight me and manipulate me and stuff, and trying to change the topic a lot. Because all I was bringing up is, you know, why am I finding out on social media that you want to change what I'm doing to fortnightly? Like, why haven't you told me that before it went onto social media? Like, you know, and he's like, you know, oh, I'll tell anything if it concerns your clubs. I'm like, well, this does. Like, so yeah, it was a very intense, very stressful, also quite scary sort of thing. So yeah, anyway, I made the hard decision to walk away, because as much as I have busted my ass to learn what I know about runes for these kids, it wasn't going to matter, because he is someone that loves to jump in on my classes and watch over my shoulder. And the moment before I can even say, you know, every path is different, like I do to the kids, and it's my saying, because there's no right or wrong, essentially. Some believe in the rule of three, some believe in the return. Like, everyone is different. Some people don't, some people do. So yeah, before I can even say any of that, he's got to jump in, and his is the final say, and that's it. I can't turn around and say every path is different. And I came across this thing as well, and I just started getting the impression that it's just forming a little cult, and I'm like, I don't really want to be a part of that. You know, I could be wrong, I could be wrong. I'm not saying it is, but you know, the signs were there. So yeah, and I'm like, it's just not worth it if I'm going to constantly be overstepped, told one thing and is shown another. You know, he's like, I'm not your boss, you're not employees, you're just volunteers, you know, everyone's equal, but says things and do things that just don't resemble that. So yeah, so I did that on the Saturday, literally after I dyed my hair, the night after I dyed my hair. And as much as I feel really bad, I honestly started to feel really free. I felt really good that I've walked away. And I messaged the group chat about it because, you know, in the past I generally address things to him privately rather than in a group chat, because that's, you know, how it should be, right? You rather not humiliate and not shame in public. You'd rather address it privately, professionally. You know, he never did with me. Anything to do with me always was in the group chat. So I'm like, well, if that's the case, I'm going to announce me leaving to the group chat and not to him privately. Like, it's not worth it. So yeah, I did that. I waited for his response before I left, so that way, you know, if he did, I would have seen it. And yeah, so after that, I left the chat. He messaged privately being like, oh, I did respond back. Did you see it? I'm like, yeah, I did. I just didn't think it was worth sending just a thank you for me to then leave. Like, so yeah, and then he then was going on about some nonsense, essentially. Tried to take digs at me, and he was just really looking for an argument, is what it was. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he was really trying to get a thrill out of me, and I just wasn't in the mood. I'm honestly still even in that headspace, like, nothing's worth my time, nothing's worth my energy. So yeah, like, I'm honestly better after Friday of it, because I messaged my dad. Like, I hadn't messaged anyone, so Friday night I messaged my dad and felt a bit better. But I still, on the Saturday, just was in that whole, nothing's worth it, like. But because we were going to be doing runes for the kids, look how good it's coming out, guys, like, ooh. Because we were doing runes, I was going to go out foraging for utensils to make them. And I'm like, before I do that, I should actually decide what I want to do. So, yeah. So I made the decision. And as much as he was saying some things in there that, you know, typically a normal person, a nice person would actually mean it as a genuine thing, with the context and him trying to also, like, get a reaction, it didn't seem sincere. But because they were sincere words, I'm going to take them as sincere, ignore the rest, and run with it. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. To lessen the hurt, to lessen the drama, to protect your energy, to protect yourself, even in self-care ways like this, not dyeing the hair, but, you know, removing people from your life and not giving into an argument, you got to do that. You just got to, yeah. So these are just my experience though, and it was a really hard decision. It was not easy in the slightest, and it was, yes, very out of the blue, like he said in his message. And, you know, I'm tossing up whether I continue to follow the Facebook group or not. Like, I don't think I need to unfollow it like I did with the dog rescue, but, you know, everything's a bit different from that volunteer work I did then. Did I miss a bit? No, I haven't. Yes, I have, maybe. Yes, I have. One strand of one back here. So, yeah, it's been rough. It's been hard. But I honestly woke up yesterday after leaving that and all that drama. I honestly felt so free and so good. And, you know, it's what was needed. You know, I'm going to be doing my own thing soon anyway next year. In a healthy, non-cultified way. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I won't have someone overstepping their bounds and trying to, you know, if it's my class, let me run my class, you know? If I need help, I'll call out. I'm very good at asking for help with that stuff, not so much with other things. So yeah, it's been intense. I think today's the most I have been able to have essentially moved on from all the stuff I was processing that I found out from Sydney. So yeah, it's still been hard. I'm still unsure on what I'm going to do, how I'm going to navigate it, but I'm at least feeling better, which is a start. So yeah, bit of a heavy one, bit of a video today, bit of a lot going on. Well, Jake and I will do a video later because we have been doing other things for Scotland behind the scenes, which we will do a video tonight and share with you all. So yeah, it's just been a lot at the moment, and with everything going on, it's just been hard to find that extra energy, a topic to do a video on. So yeah, that's why it's been a bit quiet at the moment since we've gotten back, as much as we're so glad to be back. Yeah, it's just a lot of other things going on, and with those other things I'm figuring out how I am going to also move forward, because there's been some friendship things that was discussed on Friday in my counselling session. There were Sydney, there was what I found out, and just a lot of other things. Like a few of other things I was going to just bring up. That's why, it went for a while. I had intentions on bringing them up and talking about it, try to process it. And then the Sydney trip happened. There goes my phone. And yeah, that was a good chunk of it as well. But that's okay, because sometimes things just need to go for a bit. And as long as they're not sitting inside me, viewing and all that sort of stuff, it's good. It's safe. So yeah, almost got all the bits of the blue in my hair. So yeah, so the other night I did the blonde, and last night I was going to do the blue, but yeah, ran out of time last night with what we were doing for Scotland. I have sent 3 emails out today for the diploma still. I am going to be calling birthdays and marriages soon to hopefully get my grandparents' marriage certificate, because that's needed. So yeah, since they were actually married, turns out. So yeah. Oh shit, there's a spot in here. Fuck me. Unbelievable, Trust me, this will look amazing later once it's all washed out. But I've been blue this year for my hair. Generally I do like purples or pinks or something. But this year it's been my blue ear. And I have been calling it my siren ear, because sirens are great. And honestly, blue hair has just helped me in so many ways. It has given me so much more confidence. It has, helped in weird ways. So I'm glad I took the jump and stepped away from my usual colours. And yeah, it's just been good. So yeah, it's just given me a different level of confidence that I normally wouldn't get with a purple, a violet, a pink, a burgundy. So I've decided to stick with it. And, you know, and since doing it, I have been able to address my mum with the argument we had Friday night while I was starting the hair process. Because, yep, that's a different story for another day maybe. Don't know. It gave me the confidence and courage to step away from the mentoring. And, you know, as much as I wanted to stick it out for the term, sometimes we've got to step away from things sooner rather than later, because if we stay in it for the time we want to, it can do more damage than good, and the repairs for it will be a lot more and a lot longer. And if it's recognized earlier and soon and all that sort of stuff, as much as it's harder to step away at those points, then when, you know, you get to that final breaking point that just makes it so easy to walk away, you know, it's just what you got to do. And I really have had to learn that this year, like with dance, like with the job at the Navy base, with this, with the rescue. If they're not serving their purpose anymore, whether that's the goodness feeling you were after, whether that's getting out of the house, anything, if it's not serving anymore in the way it first did, in the way you needed, in the way you were hoping, it's okay to walk away. So with this full moon, that's still energies prolonging from it, allow yourself self-care, because that is what this full moon has been all about, is self-care. And yes, it is such a guilty feeling sometimes. I struggle so much to not feel guilty. Like when we were buying the hair dye, I felt so shit because this money we should be saving, we've just gotten back, like all this other things. And here I am buying hair dye. But I do need to do the self-care. It's been a good 4 months since I've last dyed my hair, so not only is it well overdue for my hair, it's well overdue for me, because I don't really have too many other ways of self-care, unfortunately. So now this is all in my hair. That's pretty much everything that's been going on. I am hoping to find some rituals at some point to do to help with maybe releasing friendships, releasing some other things. Don't know if a releasing one's the right one for the thing I found out in Sydney. I'm gonna think on it a bit more. But yes, having to pick my words carefully with this video, because I don't want any messages asking. I don't want any messages trying to pry it out of me. Like, there's just no need. And honestly, if anyone tries, I'm not responding, so heads up. So yeah, there's just been lots going on, lots to process, even just the Sydney trip as a whole to process as well. It's just, yeah, hopefully things turn around and improve. Soon see. But yeah, that's kind of why we've been very on the DL down low. I'm gonna pick my phone up. That fell off. There we go. And yeah, so allow yourself some self-care, at least 5 minutes a day. And yeah, Moonology, Astrology, at least checking out. Feel free to, you know, maybe share around if you don't have me. Just have us on Facebook. You know, we're still doing the announcement. We still haven't told a good chunk of people. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. But yeah, look after yourselves. Shit's be roughs out there at the moment. I know a lot of other people are feeling it. I know my face isn't very visible because my hair. And I'm gonna clean up my arms and clean up the bowl as well. I didn't drip any this time, so I'm killing it there. So yeah, see you guys later today, no doubt. Bye.